Today, we're going to talk about contact lenses, how they were invented, and how science progressed so quickly that it created something humans can safely place on one of the most sensitive parts of the body, the eye, without causing damage. Think about this for a second. Right now, millions of people are touching their eyes, on purpose. They wake up, wash their hands, and place a tiny object directly onto one of the most sensitive parts of the human body. And somehow, we all agree this is normal. But contact lenses didn't start as a normal idea. They started as something strange. Almost uncomfortable to even imagine. The first idea of contact lenses didn't come from doctors. It came from Leonardo da Vinci in 1508. Yes, that Leonardo da Vinci. He wasn't trying to fix vision the way we do today. He was obsessed with how the human eye works. He wondered what would happen if the eye directly interacted with water. So he sketched ideas of people placing their faces into bowls of water to change how they see. No lenses. No plastic. Just curiosity. Nothing practical came from it, but the seed was planted. Fast forward to the 1800s, and this strange idea comes back, this time more serious. A German scientist named Adolf Gaston Eugen Fick created the first real contact lens in 1888. But here's the part nobody talks about. These lenses were made of glass. Heavy glass. They didn't sit on the eye like modern lenses. They covered almost the entire front of the eye and rested on the surrounding tissue. People could only wear them for a few hours, sometimes less. Not because they were uncomfortable. Because they were painful. Imagine blinking, with glass on your eye. And still, people tried them. Because for the first time in history, someone could see clearly without glasses. Here's a weird but real fact. Early contact lens patients were told to lie down and stay completely still while wearing them. Moving too much could cause damage. So no walking. No blinking too fast. Just lying there, seeing clearly, afraid to move. At this point, contact lenses weren't about convenience. They were about obsession. About pushing the human body just a little further than before. And once that door opened, it didn't close again. By the early 1900s, one thing was obvious. Glass lenses were not the future. They were too heavy. Too dangerous. And honestly, a little terrifying. Then came a quiet revolution, plastic. In the 1930s, scientists discovered a lightweight plastic called PMMA. It was used in airplane windows during World War II. And someone had a simple but powerful thought. What if this goes on the eye? Plastic lenses were thinner, lighter, and far less likely to shatter. But they had a huge problem. They didn't let oxygen pass through. And your eye needs oxygen to survive. People could wear these lenses longer than glass ones, but not all day. Eyes would turn red. Vision would blur. Some users even developed long-term damage. Here's something most people don't know. In the 1940s and 50s, some contact lens wearers actually lost feeling in parts of their eyes. Not permanently, but enough to scare doctors. And still, people didn't stop. Why? Because the idea was too powerful. No frames. No weight on the nose. No one knowing you needed vision correction. Contact lenses became tied to identity. Confidence. Privacy. Then, in the 1960s, everything changed. A Czech scientist named Otto Wichterl accidentally discovered a soft, flexible material while experimenting at home. And when I say at home, I mean it literally. He built a lens-making device using a Meccano construction set and his son's bicycle parts. That's not a myth. That's history. The material was soft. It held water. And most importantly, it allowed oxygen to reach the eye. For the first time, contact lenses didn't fight the human body. They worked with it. When soft lenses reached the public, people described them as barely there. Some even forgot they were wearing them. A strange twist happened next. Doctors worried these lenses were too comfortable. People wore them longer than recommended, sometimes overnight. And once again, the eye reminded humans that it has limits. By the time disposable lenses arrived in the 1980s and 90s, contact lenses stopped feeling like medical equipment. They became lifestyle products. Daily lenses meant no cleaning, no storage, no long-term buildup. But convenience brought a new kind of carelessness. Here's an uncomfortable truth. Most contact lens problems today don't come from bad design. They come from human behavior. Sleeping in lenses not meant for sleep. Swimming with them. Wearing them longer. Just one more day. And here's a real, strange fact that surprises doctors. Some people develop emotional attachment to their lenses. They delay replacing them even when they know they should, because their vision with that pair feels familiar. Modern lenses are engineered at a microscopic level. Some have moisture gradients. Some block UV light. Some are designed differently for blinking patterns. Yet the eye still decides what it accepts. Another lesser-known detail. Your eye shape subtly changes over time. That's why a lens that once felt perfect can suddenly feel wrong. Contact lenses were never about invisibility. They were about control. Control over how we see the world, and how the world sees us. From bowls of water imagined by Leonardo da Vinci, to glass shells that forced people to lie still, to soft lenses made from bicycle parts. This wasn't a straight line of progress. It was trial, error, discomfort, and curiosity. And maybe that's what makes contact lenses so human. They sit quietly on the eye, doing their job, while carrying centuries of experimentation, risk, and stubborn belief. That sight is worth chasing, no matter how strange the journey gets.